Good afternoon, and my name is Arne Jacobson. I'm director of the Schatz Energy Research Center at Cal Poly Humboldt, and I'm very pleased to make the formal announcement of the Pacific Offshore Wind Consortium, or POWC for short. POWC is a university-led partnership between the Schatz Energy Research Center, the Center for Coastal Marine Sciences at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, and the Pacific Marine Energy Center at Oregon State University. I'm happy to have here with me on stage Ben Ruttenberg of Cal Poly San Luis Obispo and Sarah Henkel of Oregon State. Our three research centers began building this consortium about a year ago. As shown on the map on the screen, our universities are embedded in the regions where offshore wind has been proposed. And we believe that it's critical for universities and the proposed host communities to be partners in the science, policy, planning, and development that will happen around offshore wind. The POWC will engage in research and innovation, education, and workforce development, knowledge exchange, and tribal and community engagement activities related to the potential for offshore wind development on the West Coast. Why are we interested in offshore wind? That's not probably something I have to sell hard in this room, but we know that we need to take bold action to address climate change, and offshore wind has great potential to contribute to climate and clean energy goals. But successful deployment of offshore wind on the West Coast will require considerable innovation and a really thoughtful approach. The waters are far deeper than other places where offshore wind has been deployed. The ecosystems are different. Some of the places have significant seismic activity, and the economics are challenging. So to be successful, technology advances, creative business strategies, effective logistics will all be needed. We also know that communities have concerns about regional impacts to the environment and cultural resources, as well as existing ocean users. And tribal nations and other communities have expressed frustration with the underinvestment in environmental monitoring and other data to guide effective decision-making, as well as with the established processes for consultation, engagement, siting, and permitting. In other words, offshore wind has a lot of promise, but deploying offshore wind in a manner that overcomes the technical challenges, brings regional benefits, and mitigates environmental and community impacts isn't going to be easy. And we see a great need for science, innovation, education, and knowledge exchange led by trusted entities with a track record of rigor, integrity, and respect. So we're forming the Pacific Offshore Wind Consortium because we believe that we have an important role to play and that we can be more effective if we work together and share knowledge within our communities and across our regions. To succeed, we also need partnership and guidance. We're therefore deeply appreciative and excited by the advisory committee that's formed to support our efforts. Our committee has representatives from tribal nations, state and federal agencies, research organizations, philanthropy, and industry. The committee will provide input and advice about our strategy and direction, and we also expect to collaborate on activities as resources become available. We're happy to have some of our advisory committee members here on stage, including representatives from the Blue Lake Rancheria Tribe, RWE, Vineyard Offshore, and the California Ocean Protection Council, and the Yurok Tribe. Resources are, of course, needed to ensure the success of our efforts. I'm happy to report that so far, we've received pledges of $1.6 million in initial funding that will allow us to get started. That comes from both philanthropic and industry sources. This is a great start on our current fundraising goal of $5 million. Thanks go to Vineyard Offshore, RWE, and two climate-oriented foundations for their support. We're in active conversations with several others, including some of you in this room, and we look forward to adding to this total over the coming months. We're excited to get started. Here are some of our team contacts in case you're interested to follow up with us. And to celebrate and talk further, we're pleased to invite you to join for a social hour starting at 6 p.m. this evening at the Glides restaurant at the Sheraton Grand Hotel. This is just a short walk from where we are. Details are included in the program and also on the slide. So please come join us, and we're happy to continue the conversation about the Pacific Offshore Wind Consortium. Thank you very much.